the best advice I ever got was from my dad. And I got into this business because of my parents, and they started investing, and that's how I got into all of it and said, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
But there was a time that I was having a pity party, and woe is me, and oh my God, like, I don't know how I'm going to eat, Dad. I don't know how we're going to pay the bills.
Yeah.
There's no milk. There's not, like, you know.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, well, I'm not loaning you any money, so how can I help you?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I wasn't asking you to, you know, loan me any money. And he goes, okay, well, then what do you want to talk about? And my dad is a minister.
Yeah.
Okay, so he doesn't know anything about real estate, but he is an investor, and he was very smart. And he said, okay, why'd you get into the business? Well, I want to make money. He's like, okay, well, what are you doing every day?
Mm-hmm.
Are you making phone calls? And I'd stay quiet. He goes, are you running ads in the freaking penny saver or newspaper? That was back then. You know, are you knocking doors?
Yeah.
Are you out networking with like attorneys and stuff like that? And I would just sit there and I go, no. He goes, well, pick one.
Yeah.
Pick one and then go do it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you need to do them all. He goes, I don't do what you do.
Yeah.
But you got to pick one.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, you're right. Pick one.
What'd you pick?
And I was going to come into the office every day and make calls.
Yeah.
So I learned how to make calls. I was a mic fairy girl. I definitely did my 100 calls. Learned how to make calls. There's nothing wrong with it.
It is crazy how me and Jessica were talking about this morning or last night. I don't remember. She was talking about door knocking or something. She's like, why does it still work? And I go, well, because you automatically have that appointment. Yeah. Online leads are hard because you have to touch base with them and then get the appointment.
Still have to
knocking
follow
on the
up,
doors, you're immediately in having that conversation.
Yeah.
Face to face.
Yeah.
Because nothing replaces a face to face appointment.
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
And that's why door knocking still works. The issue is that it's just hard and it's time consuming. And
no one's opening their door.
No one's opening the door.
Guys.
And to be honest, especially for women, it's not safe.
It's not safe.
It's not safe for men either. I mean, it's not safe in general. Like, I'm not saying like everyone are bad people, but it is not safe.
No, it's not safe. You don't know who's out and about just looking. You don't know what's going on behind closed doors or pissed off.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. You happen to be there at the wrong time.
You might catch someone on the wrong day at the wrong time.
Yeah, I don't think door knocking is a new thing to be thinking about doing. There's so many. Internet, social media, find your niche, educate people, entertain them if you will. However you're going to entertain them.
You still believe in farming a neighborhood?
Absolutely, but I don't use the F word.
Okay, what do you call it?
I've been calling it territory management for years.
Oh, yeah.
But it's about taking responsibility of an area and
how big of an area if you had to give advice to an agent?
At least do the 200 so you can get the bulk rate.
So
right?
that's I've always been my biggest issue. I've always mailed to too many houses.
Yeah,
it's too expensive.
You can't get to know the people.
Yeah, I've always mailed to 8,000 houses. Too many.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
So I called it get to know your area of responsibility. Area of responsibility means I am going to be responsible to get to know all these people here.
Yeah.
Get in their circle. If you never sell, that's fine, but you're going to know people that do. And as long as I can tell you that I know everything about this community and what's going on in the marketplace, you're going to trust me, and your level of loyalty will be to refer me out.
I think that's the I think anyone, I've always struggled because I've always lived in apartments as a realtor. Like, if you live in a neighborhood, just farm the neighborhood you live in.
Exactly.
Like, I don't know why people don't farm the neighborhood they live in.
Right.
Just even the 200 homes around them.
Exactly.
Just, you live there. People already know who you are. Like, if you live in a neighborhood and you're not farming your neighborhood,
you shop there. You know where the schools are. You know where everything's at.
That's why I always loved Orange Crest. I grew up there, so it's like I know that area so well. You know, that's why we're
So territory management is very much like social media territory management, right?
Yeah.
It's what is your territory in social media? If you're trying everything, nobody can figure out what you do.
That's why I'm not funny.
Yeah,
that's a big reason. I try to stick only to education so people know exactly what they're getting from me every single time.